All right, my friends, welcome back to the Swain Batty League. I am AJ0. I am here with, on the mic again, Mr. Xmas Tree to bring you all the main event for the night.
Yeah, the only game that matters, brought to you by the only people that matter, the casters.
Yeah, I am super hyped to matter, and I am super hyped to watch this game. I'm really curious to see kind of what effects the first two games of the night are going to have on these teams. Obviously, West and the Boulders, they did get a win in the first game of the night. It's their second time playing with this lineup, going up against Wormbound Crusaders, who were not able to get a win in the last game against the 30-less your team. And I don't know if any of that matters.
Honestly, the only way it matters is if they let their mental affect them from the previous games, which they shouldn't, but let's be honest, it might have.
Oh, and real quick, chat. Let's pop a brew for this one because 5 people are going to be real upset after this game, and we deserve to drink to that.
But I'll be right back. I have to get a brew.
I'll comment on the trap while we're going here. So we see Mordekaiser being taken for Thunder, presumably. Not just as a pick, but as a denial against Salvo. By the way, if anyone hasn't been around earlier in the night, Batmel is still playing for West and the Boulders. That was decision after the last couple of weeks. They thought the team just flows a little better with this lineup, and it's going to be Leona and Nasus for West and the Boulders. That's not the top lane I expected. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I have a lot of insights. I'm dating a player on that team. Tree, you were very good friends with a player on that team. I don't know if either of us saw the Nasus coming. Maybe we should have.
I'm surprised by Nasus. I'm surprised Soul got let through. Mordekaiser gets first pick. There's a lot of shit I didn't expect here.
Do see the Leo out of Albino Joe, and then looks like it's going to be a Volibear for Wesley Wera here, so unless he changes at the last second. So we got a very beefy lineup coming through to start things for West and the Boulders. Meanwhile, kind of more of the same for Wormbound Crusaders. You know, obviously they've had Phoenix playing for a couple of weeks now as well. They played one of these AP bots every game. They've played this Aurelion Soul as the bot lane carry already once, so that's what I'm expecting. Cax, you know, has made sorry, Twitch chat's popping off. I was trying to catch up. So we'll see here. Second phase bans here. Hui, very, very obvious ban to take that away from Bestis, who was huge in the first game of the night.
Yeah, we've already seen. I mean, they threw the one AD that they know Mel plays MF on there early, so now they're just throwing out mid bans that they don't want to see. They left Gragas open. I don't know if he picks it.
Oh man, yeah, that really traps Westifis into a corner. They have to pick a very high damage AD carry, and they're hovering one right now. I think this is the pick. I'm really happy to see this with the beef they already have on the team. They needed somebody that could just pump damage out, and Jinx is going to do that. I'm happy they're not going back to the Kaelin. I don't think it would have worked with this team very well.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely need the damage, and Gragas can be that huge damage for them for AP as well. Ooh. If they choose to go it. Kaisa Nautilus coming out bottom. Looks like they want to try and catch that Jinx.
Are we sure? Could it be Kaisa?
Oh, sorry. They could do this either way.
Yeah,
Kaisa can get away with mid, so they could do soul mid, they could do soul bot, who knows.
And I love this. There's
the Gragas.
Hover in the Gragas. It's not the perfect pick for this comp, but he's been so goddamn good on this champ. And they just have so many tools to go forward, to go backwards here, to protect the Jinx, to dive the other team. I really like it. I think there's some really good and exciting picks from both of these teams, honestly.
Yeah. Gragas and Leona, great reach to hit that Soul, who's going to want to be so far back. Both of them have options to get on him and interrupt what he's trying to do. We'll see if Cax can land some sick Briar ults. Briar's been a bit of a hit or miss champ in this league with these ults.
Cax is pumping those numbers. He's been a pretty hit or miss player, and we've also got Mai Wang, who's a pretty hit or miss player. Maybe slightly better batting average on the Cockman, but still has some, particularly game one tonight where I was like, Wang, what in the hell are you doing? But yeah, so we got a few minutes here before we get into game. So let's talk about kind of the state of both of these teams coming in. So we got Wormbound coming off a loss, and like I said, I think Westifus and the Boulders have the advantage here because I think it's easier to have the game off in the middle than to play the back to back. Because I think if you're coming off a loss where like you couldn't even beat that team without 30, like that's pretty rough, man.
Yeah, like I said, I'd like to believe that neither of these teams got too into either of those games. I mean, that's easier said than done because also they got that W against BFJ, which is a morale booster.
Yeah, and I think it's the way that they did it on Westifus and the Boulders side where they got smoked so hard. It was like they lost so bad, I was wondering if they were going to make a lineup swap before this last game of the night. I actually think pulling that comeback off mattered a lot for this team, probably more than it should have. But if you've talked to basically anyone on this team, Westifus and the Boulders, like the mental is not good on this team. They need every little kind of boost of serotonin they can get. So I
can tell you the same for Warbound Crusaders. Their mental has been, the comments I've heard out of those guys as I've played Arams with them have been wild.
And so we get it all comes down to this. I think the crazy thing is for both of these teams, like you have to, if you can win this game, you have to have a little hype going in the next week because I honestly think these teams would be better in a best of 5 than in a best of 1. With Wormbound Crusaders, like they've come so close in every game. We've been saying it for 5 goddamn weeks. They come so close in all these games. They have these leads and they just can't convert. And it's like they can do the hard part. They just need to get that one last step. And it's like, if that just clicks, we've had teams that click late in the season before. You could absolutely envision a world where they win a rounds. But then on the side of Westifus and the Boulders, you just switched your lineup. Like if you win this game, you're going to think, okay, we're 2-0 in the last week with this lineup. We're 2-1 with, Mel in the starting, 80 carry, Salvo in the top lane. Like, this is a better team than we were all season. Like, we can absolutely win a playoff series. And one of these teams, their heart's going to break. And I was at 49 seconds, and now I'm bloating?
Yeah, I don't know. Was game 2 also have weirdness with the stream or no?
I was watching Hungry Box stream, so I'm not sure. Okay. But I seem to be at a loading screen, so
I am also in a loading screen.
We are.
We'll see if this one connects or if we have to rejoin on spectate. We'll see.
Yeah, by the way, I haven't asked. I believe audio levels are all set right, but chat, if anything is sounded off, you probably would have told me by now, but in case anything is off, let me know. So we will hopefully be in with this beautiful 0% loading screen here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at summoners. We do see double teleport coming through for Westifus and the Boulders.
So Blab was literally telling us last game that if he takes barrier, that's a mid soul. That the Phoenix takes barrier when he goes mid.
Okay. I kind of like this. I mean, this team, have they played this combination with Phoenix mid and Tuesday bot yet?
I don't think they have, which everyone was really surprised by. When they swapped in Phoenix, I think everyone was expecting him to go mid, and he was just playing AP carry spot instead.
I like this. This team has experimented a lot, and I'm in the game. So,
hey.
All right, let's get our things set here. Let's make the minimap a little smaller. Let's rearrange the blocks. Let me double check if I speed up. I had nothing even to speed up. 17, 18, 19.
Yep. Right on.
Is low-key the least scuffed spectator game I've had all season.
Nice. Right at the end. We love it.
We're in form for the playoffs. You love to see it.
Yeah, no one going in anywhere.
Yeah, not surprising. This game matters. It's just not the last two. And some tough stuff to push into as well. So yeah, not surprised here. So Tree, of all these picks, is there anything that like you keep coming back to as you look at these two teams?
I keep coming back to. I wonder how this Nasus is going to fare.
Same.
I don't specifically know how Mordekaiser Nasus matchup pans out. Bottom lane basically comes down to execution with these two fat and tank engagers in bottom. There's no noticeable lead either way.
I agree with Nasus being the pick. I care the most to see how the first 10 minutes go here. To me, it's so wild. Your season is on the line and you're picking Nasus. Like, that is a statement. I just don't know what that says yet.
I mean, I know it's his huge comfort pick for him. Maybe he's just been losing these lanes really hard, and he's just like, just let me be on something comfy. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I said this, last week when Salvo first started in the top lane. He went up against Dan, who obviously wasn't going to pressure him a ton in lane. He did really well in that game. Oh, I love this Dolphy and Tuesday playing forward. They're going to catch Mel second week in a row, getting caught off guard with this one. They are going to get some nice damage back, but Dolphy will walk away, and it's a Ignite for a heal trade.
Yeah, Ignite burned early, which does cut the potions and heal that were used, so she's not probably going to heal the fall here.
Yeah, she's got to be careful. They got needed to flash there, and they were really close to level 2, and Mel just not with the respect.
I like the aggro play, and with that, they're already up that CS.
Yeah, and this is another thing for Wormbound Crusaders that I like, particularly flipping Tuesday back to the bot lane, to where I think he's very good as a mid laner, but I think most of us think he's best as an AD carry. And again, with your season on the line, like, just give your best player a chance to carry, and they are absolutely doing that early here. Fortunately, Mel and Joe doing a good job with lane state here. They are still keeping pretty close on CS. Health bars are going to be all right. They just really got to watch these Nautilus Oaks now.
Yeah, they got pushed back, but if none of it gets canceled, then it doesn't matter with that CS. Obviously, they're still in a riskier game state because your AD is down to all your sums, but if it's under your turret, not that scary. But it is starting to push out as long as they let it. It does look like they are.
Yeah, this is maybe the tougher situation to handle if you're less experienced with bot lane. Destructive Gamer just wants to stay down there.
Yeah, keeps going. We're gonna see a fight top. With the gank.
Yeah, Splinter's here. Cax is pretty far out. They get the stun. He's gonna walk away, but he's gonna lose a lot of health. Oh, is he gonna walk away? The Cax flash? Go back to Batty Smash. What were you thinking with that one?
Look, I can in the heat of the moment, I can appreciate that. Oh my god, my top laner's gonna die and flash it. Oh no, the hook lands, no flash.
Oh. Yeah, Joey going defensively in, gets the exhaust on Tuesday. They don't want this damage, just takes a flash forward from Tuesday. Needs to get one more auto under the tower. He's going to, but he's going to lose his life in the process. 1-4 now in the jungle combat in the river. And Cax once again, no respect for anyone. Bestis is on the board. And now Supportal combat in the bot lane. Big bunch of caster creeps going to be sticking some damage. It ain't going to matter, but we might not be done because Master Splinter's here. Phoenix is going to get flashed upon. He's going to flash out, and Splinter just can't quite get the dive.
And now straight to top lane because everybody has to fight right now.
Absolute insanity across the map here, and these teams are swinging at each other in this game that matters. Dolphy really trying to get this wave to not crash. Joey's gotta be careful not to take a risk here. I like this. Good pressure from Bestis. I can't even keep track.
That was a lot. That was a lot all at once. Almost every lane decided to fight right then. The junglers got involved. The flashes were blown everywhere.
I mean, we saw the junglers in like 3 separate engagements in the span of 15 seconds.
Yeah. This bot lane is in a little bit of a scary spot. It will push out. It's not froze because as I went to go look at bot lane, Tuesday queued it and just wiped the wave. So he could have froze it there, but thankfully for Red Side, looks like that will push their way.
Yeah, good stuff for them. I will trust here is we got the top laners doing top lane things. Sal teleporting back to lane. He's down both of his sums. There are so many sums down across board here.
Yeah, there's a lot down. Leo does have both supports still have their flash. One Ignite still, or the only Ignite up, I guess. But so we'll see. Ooh, Salvo with some nice happy feet there.
ADC mechanics out of Salvo.
Cax bot looking for an in. I don't know if they're gonna find it.
No, the way this lane is pushing. Gotta think Mel and Joey are gonna be fine here, but a great flash out of Dolphy. Joey's gonna trade the other direction as Mel is trying to get back towards her tower, having a hard time here. And Tuesday going to get the execute. Now can they stick damage onto Joe? They're gonna chunk, but not quite kill.
Yeah, and you saw Mel there cheating towards the bot side away from her creeps, and that's what allowed him to just get that engage in.
Yeah, and Cax coming by. West is going to trade from Woodgrubs on the other side. I was wondering if Cax would go for a dive there, but no, they're going to take the smart play, go for the dragon here.
Yeah, they're just keeping him off, and they're maybe going for a dive top. He gets ulted because Mordekaiser's 6, and he's just making him leave.
Yeah, defensive ult, save a life. Why not? You take that if you're Thunder.
I love the way it looks with the ghosts though. When NASA's just sitting around like, well, now what do I do?
And just start pushing. What else to do is, oh, Joey, you're gonna get caught out here. Has to flash, barely going to survive there, but just again playing too far forward without his lane mate, and that's just kind of the story of the spot lane.
Yeah, and these two really coming up big in their lead bottom. We're talking almost a double. Oop. One gonna get caught here as both junglers are looking. Oh,
she's level 3. Oh my god, she has no stats. And Tuesday with another kill. Absolute disaster of a game. And I mean, now this is the point where the entire rest of the team, you have to talk about committing resources to Mach to turn that lane around.
Yeah, as Salvo is getting engaged on. There's no Mordekaiser ult here, but I don't think it's gonna matter at all.
Oh,
takes some heavy turret damage, but walks out.
Great job from Thunder playing with his full health bar, and that's what that's what you want to see if you're Thunder, right? Like, you should be the much better top lane. Obviously, it's been a rocky season. He's taken some of the blame for this team's lackluster season. Now Phoenix here. I mean, Bestness is going to be scary. Like, Bestness and WES are going to be scary.
For anyone who knows what this means, Phoenix is at 50 stacks right now. I'll be honest, I don't know if that's enough or not.
Oh yeah, they were asking me last time to check that constantly. I gotta remember that.
No, well, also Nasus, we got a stack watch too. So he's sitting at 102 right now. There's your numbers.
And this is, again, really rough in the bot lane. This is a big way of pushing forward. This is freezable for Tuesday and Dolphy if they want to, and WES is on the opposite side of the map here. They might not know what to do here. They need to be calling for help, whether it's a Bestness rotate down to go crash that wave. I'm not sure this team knows what to do here. I mean, you can see, I'm just watching Minimap. I mean, Mel is literally playing under her tower right now because they have to have so much respect at this point.
Yeah, they're terrified of this, and they don't... Kai'Sa doesn't have the full item finish, but she does have item advantage. So, oh, and a ghost I think we're seeing in the top.
Yeah, gonna be the ult on a Master Splinter. He's actually taking a decent amount of damage from the Mordekaiser here. This is maybe gonna be bad for Wes Wera here. Gonna go down to Thunder, and Salvo doesn't have a lot of damage to trade here. Now Cax is gonna be able to jump in for a 1v2. Salvo's so close to finish, but a great flash from Thunder, and Salvo does not have a gap closer himself. Can he get the kill? He cannot. 3-0 for the Thunder cunt.
Yeah, the classic, guys, we can gank Mordekaiser. You can't gank Mordekaiser. It's a 1v1 every time. Ooh, and fighting mid, Cax getting engaged on by mid and Joey up here for the grubs maybe, but are they going to be able to get him before he jumps this wall? Flashes it.
Yeah, take what you can get. Try to alleviate some pressure as this game is a ticking time bomb for Westfist and the Boulders to get something rolling here.
We're looking at about 25 seconds until Rift is up. Or, sorry, this won't be Rift. This will be more grubs.
Got a bit till 2 minutes till Dragon here, so won't be fun for that anytime soon. And Mel stepping up here just does not have the patience.
Oh, just out of the...
Oh, she flashes. Oh,
yeah.
Man. I mean,
yeah. Go for it.
She's level 4, man.
Yeah, this is brutal. Oh, are they going to get a engage on this on the other side? The push away, trying to keep them off. Hazel not hitting anything. Splinter going real low, flashes out. Here comes Phoenix Blazes. Bestness is going to take the kill.
Dunk from Town, and now chasing Phoenix with the flash. That's absolutely useless. I think they can get the CC chain here. Bestness pumping out a little bit of damage, but now Thunder's here. Maybe they don't have the damage. By the way, Wes just doing Void Grubs to heal up on the side. And now Salvo rotating in. This is a huge numbers advantage, but they need to get kills here. Thunder low. Thunder no health. Going to be big gold over to Salvo, and Phoenix walks out. Wes takes the grubs, trading
also,
for big pressure bot.
Also, Mel got hit with the classic 1-2 when you're walking back the lane and they're in that side bush.
Oh no, I didn't even.
Yeah, it happened at the same time as that fight. I watched it on the mini map. They killed her halfway down that lane.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the gold here, I mean, this says it all. 25 to 5,500 is the gold in the mid lane here, and that's you got to just accept, Jinx is not going to be in this game for a very, very long time. All you can do is try to dive the hell out of Kaisa. And if you can take her out of the fights early, then nothing that happened matter. And they do have a lot of beefy champs that can try to make some playmaking happen. So we'll see here a lot of pressure on the rest of the team to see if they can bring Batmel up to speed here.
Looks like they're finally going to give her some XP. I mean, they obviously made that call, right? Like, when you send Joey up to go help with Grubs when your AD is level 4 at this point in the game, you're pretty much like, good luck, we're going for Grubs.
Yeah, and you can tell there's just, I mean, you can just tell that she doesn't have the experience. She has not played as much Summoner's Rift as anyone else in this game, and just does not know all of these situations and the way she can be abused. And we'll have ult soon.
Yep. Trade can go back and forth. Salvo just ignoring everything and getting the stacks. Joey taking about half his health as he tries to clear wards. And doesn't actually kill that pig after all that. And he's getting engaged on. Goes down.
Blows his flash there. Gets a nice leash on the dragon for the enemy team here as Wormbound Crusaders are giving their fans a lot to cheer for so far in this game. We got a 6-1 on Mr. Tuesday, a 3-1 on Thunder, and I mean this was the game plan when you drafted this team. These two players carrying through their 2 lanes, and it's taken them 6 weeks to get there, but they're finally executing on that vision. Gragas though is coming up the river here. Thunder does have his ult available, so we can turn this into a 1v1. We'll see if he does that Salvo's ghosting, and it's gonna be the ult onto the Gragas here, but Thunder.
Difference being, Vestus is equipped to take that fight and stall it as long as possible. There's the ult.
Yeah, great CC chaining here. That's going to give Vestus his 3rd kill of the game. Going to be a chance to push in, take some plates here, get some positive value on the map. And, I mean, that's the game plan here. Gragas is big. Gragas has to carry.
Yeah, Gragas big. Obviously, you always have the counter stacking from Nasus that'll come out big, and he'll just be a tanky absolute problem.
Yeah, they are going to take this tower here, and I think they get out before Kaisa Nautilus get in there, which is really huge because Aurelion would have been there. And this is maybe the best thing that's happened to Batmel in 14 minutes. She gets a lane pushed to her tier 2, safety, soaking EXP, soaking creeps, and just starting to play the game.
Yeah. And she's going to need it to get back into this game, because that's going to be rough for a long time. Both junglers, like no one with any kills here. We do see top turret going down. 2 TPs going in. They do not want to let them get away with this for nothing.
Yeah, Salvo there, Master Splinter there, Gragas is there, Tuesday splashing out and still in a lot of danger. Beautiful! That's why they call him the bestest one! Gets a huge shutdown. Volibear and Nasus taking a kill apiece. That is a massive influx of gold on the Master Splinter, 1,000 on the dot. They're going to rotate that over towards Rift Herald. And is this the comeback? Team gold is even!
Yeah, that's crazy. They take those TPs. Even if that turret had gone down, they still love this trade here. For multiple kills, that huge shutdown, and they get Rift that they can turn into their own turret. They're happy. Yeah,
this is big, and they've got Thunder on the other side of the map, shoving this wave up for Mel, who has just been playing the game for minutes now. First time she said that all game long, and we'll see here if she can get things rolling. Thunder wants a fight? He's playing this very aggressively. Joey gonna whip the E. Rift Herald coming out. They are...
he didn't click it? Okay, it turns real tight to fix that now.
Yeah, now Volibear, gonna get the tower, but the fight is coming through here. This is gonna be an outnumbered fight. Great for the Wormbound Crusaders. They're getting some damage to sick, tanky members of West and the Bowlers, but they do not have enough to live through this. Salvo gonna be a little too late, and it's a Jinx Rocket at the end, but that was an easy fight and an easy 2 kills. Joey and... that Rift Herald was fucking awful. Like, I'm not even a sugarcoat. I was trying to give Wes the benefit of the doubt because I assumed he knows better, but I have absolutely no idea what he was thinking. I honestly wonder if he misclicked it and then was just like, fuck it, we ball. Might as well commit. Because that is
Also, they could have not forced it. Like, they could have just placed it and tried to walk it in and take poke too. But they decided to try and slam it in, and that's when everyone got set up for the huge Aurelion solo.
That is a real pain in the A-Soul if you're West and the Boulders. Back to a 2,000 gold lead for the Crusaders. And I mean, they at least got the mid lane tower. Mid lane for top lane was kind of the extended tower trade there. So it is what it is. You got the most valuable tier 1 on the map. We'll see what that means. We've got a minute till Dragon here. This is a third for the Wormbound if they opt to go that direction. If I'm Wesifits and the Boulders, I don't think I want a 5v5 quite yet, but
yeah, especially after that last fight, they're probably thinking they're on the weak side, and they are, but not not a ton. It's still coming down to execution here.
Nasus is top with no TP, by the way, so this is not good. I mean, they got 35 seconds here, but he's going to be late. They got to be very careful.
Yeah, teleport will be. He's walking down.
They just got to be really careful not to get engaged on here. Obviously, Kai'Sa, Cax can close a gap very quickly, but Bestis looks like he really wants to force his pressure here. He knows he's a big, bad, drunken man. He's going to zone that team all the way out. Ult's coming through. They're getting some damage onto Dolphy, onto Cax, but Tuesday in the backline. Bestis is going forward. Tuesday has to run for his life. He's not getting any damage up, and on the other side, Bestis one very, very low. Going to be flashed upon, going to lose his life, and Tuesday still kind of getting some autos here, but the whole teams have joined. Can they mop this one up? The tank line kind of getting lower here. Vemo getting some autos off, but the damage might not be quite enough here. Oh, the health bars are so low. Flash for Flash, but not going to be another kill here. It is a 2 for 5 in favor of the Crusaders.
That looked so good at the beginning for Wesifis, and then it just all fell apart. Because they had that turret to fall back on for safety, and every time someone fell back to that turret, they had to swap targets, and it fell apart. Yeah,
Wesifis, they just didn't quite have the damage there. Honestly, after the ults didn't fully knock Kai'Sa forward, I honestly thought they might just disengage that. But they gave it a try. The margins were thin. But that's all it took for Crusaders here. Get their 3rd Dragon of the game. And now the clock is ticking.
Let's see. Stack check for anyone who's curious. 200 on Aesol, 273 on Nasus. And we're back to clearing stuff. We've got Baron coming up in a minute. That'll be right at 20. I doubt we see either team try to force that right away. So,
I mean, that would be peak Wormbound, right? Is to force a Baron away too early, throw the game, give a triple kill over to Jinx to get her back online. That's the thing for me. I just keep looking at this and thinking, how many ways have I seen Wormbound lose this game?
Well, especially with them sitting on 3 dragons right now, they're already looking at Soul please don't force a Baron before this dragon. There's no reason. Thunder trying to find his way out of this jungle.
Yeah, he's kind of in no man's land here. Salvo gets the slow on him. Thunder's going to potentially need to ult defensively. He's going to ult Albino Joe here. But this does buy time for his team to maybe close the gap here. Joe laying the CC, slowing things down. He's knocking the blast cone out. And now can they pump the damage into his Thunder? He's going to fail the flash. Fail to survive.
Thunder? What are you doing? Oh man, they do get that middle turret while all that's going because so many people went over to handle it, and now they're just going for this engage. Actually,
yeah, they're outnumbered right now. Defensive moves coming down here, but again, I don't really know what they were thinking there. Albino Joe and Splinter both looked like they wanted that, and I don't know why.
They had no sight on the enemies, and in their mind, we don't see them. They're not real.
I wonder if they were really scared that they were on Baron and they guessed hard and they unfortunately guessed wrong.
Yeah, Salvo looking like he's gonna. Yep, absolutely. I saw that Q hit that turret. Yep, we'll absolutely get that turret for this Baron.
Yeah, this is gonna be uncontested here. It is an objective bounty, so little bits and pieces here. That is a 20-minute and 30-second Baron here. Gives him a lot of chance to establish the pressure before this Dragon Soul fight.
Which you saw all the pings for. They know they're on Soul. We'll see. The objective bounty's obviously not going to even this up. Still a good 5k in between them.
Yeah, 350 on Salvo. We made out of time here. Thunder being CC chained. He does not have an ult for defense right now. Honestly, not sure that 1-for-1 is worth, but Cax! You got nowhere to go, buddy! They're going to be fighting. They're going to actually get some damage to stick on a Salvo. Salvo's not doing a whole lot of damage back. Ult doesn't matter. And now it is Albino Joe has to ult defensively, but he has no chance in hell of making it out of this one. And yet another fight. And this is just the... You know, maybe this is the secret for Crusaders. They got to stop playing the team fight, and they should just pick comps, because this is what they're good at.
Yeah, and just constantly people falling for the picks, too. And you saw Bestis there. He saw what was happening. He's like, there's no way we win this fight. I'm not going in. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, the problem is the team... they're just a little too... have each other's backs in some of these fights, because a lot of these have been 2 picks instead of 1. And now the Baron pressure is established here. They get another tier 2. They are, if they can do this fast, they have numbers here, but it won't last for very long. 3 versus 3. Splinter just getting caught for no good reason, but now Salvo's here. Do they turn? No, they walk out. They lose mid lane.
Yeah, if not for that mid lane push, they absolutely would have taken that, but they don't. They're getting split here real hard. Jinx, they had sent top lane to get some farm and just was too far away, so they only had 4. Oh, a ghost.
Yes, Salvo getting a lot of damage to stick onto Mr. Tuesday here, but no one on his team is anywhere near him. It's not going to be enough. No one can get there, and that is another free kill over to the Wormbound Crusaders. Now they're crashing Baron here onto a tier 3.
Yeah, now they're just continuing this Baron pressure in here. No need to force anything. Looks like they're actually about to back out. Baron still has a quarter left, but looks like they got all they thought they could get. They're setting up for the dragon now. That's coming up in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
they're very interested in that soul.
I mean, Splinter's doing his Stone Bros right now. I gotta think they're just giving this one up because they don't believe they can win a fight right now. And it's Jinx Nasus. Like, at this point, should you just commit to the hardest stall possible and try to approach late game?
The problem is the hardest stall possible is one more dragon. That's what Soul here means in reality. Is the next fight is Elder Soul. It's Elder, and like then you're done stalling. Like the stall is over.
Well, 6 minutes is something, and I think they need every minute they can get right now. There's a 9,000 gold lead for the Wormbound Crusaders. This, I feel like, has to be the biggest lead they've had in the game. And we'll see here.
It's very big. Almost 10k is huge. They are just pushing up mid here as Mord runs top.
Yeah, and again, they're just feeling way too safe in their own jungle, and we don't know why. Not learning from their mistakes. Kax taking a lot of, doing a lot of damage. Bestis with a beautiful flank here. He's going all in for Tuesday, but not quite enough. No one able to get there. Kax going forward. He should not need to chase too far. No, he's going all the way, and he's got backup. Tuesday can two-shot people, probably. And this team is playing so far forward. They're going to get the pick onto the Jinx. Going to try for more. Kax, let your teammates do the diving. They're the ones that are good at it, but it might not matter here. In him going down, no AD carry, no mid. But this team's not going to go for an end just yet.
Yeah, they ran out of minions to do that push. They would have just got cleared. They're rotating top wave, trying to push that in, get another turret while they still have this advantage of 2 dead.
On one hand, I want to say you should have tried to pressure to end there. Maybe if Kax hadn't made the mistake, they would have. On the other hand, when you've thrown every lead you had, I don't blame this team for taking the safe blows out here, especially if they think they can just get some easy picks here. But all 5 alive for Wesifist and the Boulders. So again, they do have a chance to play defense here. Baron, minute and a half here. They have some time to establish on the map as the entire enemy team's recalling right now.
Yeah. Staring down the barrel of an 11k gold lead, like, that's rough. And like we said, it's going to come down to this Elder fight, and you're down 11k. How do you possibly win a fight? You don't as a 5v5. What you have to look for is picks before it.
Who was the team that threw the game where they got 2 Elders? Was that Wormbound or was that somebody else?
I think it was Wormbound.
All right, if I'm fucking Wes, I'm saying over and over. Remember that time they threw the game where they got 2 Elders? Because that might
absolutely one of these teams. I think it was Wormbound. Tuesday's just going in on Mel. I think. Yep, just dead.
5 autos. I mean, I still got the gold up here. We're 26 minutes in. He still has her lapped on gold. 14 to 7k. I mean.
Yeah,
that's your welcome to the SBL. And this may be the end here. Salvo is on Stoner Bros.
Yeah, they're just pushing in on this inhib. They have to back out and just give it because I mean they're looking at a 4v5 and the people who are alive are also down another insane amount of gold. So,
and maybe they do try to push for an end here. They have 2 waves of supers crashing, but maybe they want to spend here. I mean, no one's sitting out a ton of gold, but you might as well play this safe. Go play for Baron. No reason not to. Again, same point I just made.
Yeah, I mean, Baron is essentially free here with the kind of pressure you have, and then even if you're just removing an option for them and giving you more push power, it doesn't matter. You take it.
Yeah, there's no approaching here. Like, make it easy.
And with Baron buff and Elder still not for 2.5 minutes, this game could be over before we actually see Elder spawn.
Yeah, I think you need to capitalize on the Baron and the inhibitors being down. Go. This is the easy end to execute. I think even the Wormbound Crusaders can get this one right. I don't want to speak too soon, man, though. I've seen some shit.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see the whole squad rolling top. They know they can fight them if they send the whole 5 up there. They know they're screwed if they split off to stop these pushes in the side waves. Really difficult situation for Wesifus.
Yeah, so I think if you're Wesifus in the boulders, you got to just see if you can get somebody off. Like, you just got to go all in, crazy, try to get engaged here. And look at this team. They're setting up a great wall for Tuesday. They do not want anyone on him, as we are potentially facing the final fight of the game. Albino Joe, the first to get pulled, takes a lot of damage, doesn't even get the CC off. And now Splitter, Salvo, no choice but to go forward with Batman. Going to be engaged on the backline. Cax gets that kill, and they're going to divide and conquer on all fronts. And Wormbound Crusaders, 8 times this season, they have failed to play a late game, but the 9th time is the charm. Wormbound Crusaders, they've done it.
Win. That's not true. They have other W's.
It doesn't matter. That one didn't. This one does. And Wormbound Crusaders are going to the playoffs.
All right, and there we go. Last game of the season determining who makes it to the playoffs, and it is the Wormbound.
Take a peek at the stats here real fast, and just brutal stuff. Tons of damage across the board. I mean, everyone on the side of Wormbound had moments where they made plays. And of the 2-2-7 teams, they're the team that's going to win the tiebreaker. We're going to close this out. Who is the friend request here? Hey, what up, Cax? Why do I not have you added? Did you make a second account?
Maybe.
What's up, to say Wormbound Crusaders being fans of the stream, getting us back on track here after 2 very long games, getting us into baddie breakdown. So folks, I'm not gonna linger on this a whole lot longer. I believe we have baddie breakdown coming up, so stick around. We will be back soon. There will be a stream cut. You all know the drill.